Now let's just talk through a couple of examples. Just follow along with the notes and look at what I've done and see if it makes sense to you. So I have the equation 3 plus 2 sine of 3x equals 4.5, and I want to find all the solutions that are in the interval from 0 to 2 pi. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 3 from both sides of the equation, then divide by 2. So I have sine of 3x equals 1.5 over 2. Then I need to take the inverse sign. I almost sung right there. Take the inverse sign of both sides and then stop in the name of trig and write the general solution. But the general solution is a little more complicated for sine than it is for cosine. Remember, we take the inverse sine of 1.5 over 2, which gives me 0.8481. But to find the second angle, it's not the opposite of that. It is the supplement of that. In other words, I take pi minus the first angle to get the second angle. So pi minus the inverse sine of 1.5 over 2 to get the second angle. On the calculator, you can see here I did inverse sine of 1.5 over 2. There's the angle I got. Then I did pi minus the first angle to get the second angle. Then I add plus 2 pi in. Because the period of sine and cosine are the same, you add plus 2 pi in. I still have to deal with the 3 that's over here, so now I'm going to divide everything by 3. So this is what I'm showing on the calculator. I took those two angles that I got first, put them in curly brackets, divided them by 3, and those are my two new angles that are divided by 3 now. Then I have to divide 2 pi divided by 3. And you could write it as 2 pi over 3. You could also write it as 1.5 pi, or sorry, it wouldn't be 1.5 pi. So you need to leave it as 2 pi over 3, because if you put it in decimal form, you won't get an exact answer, so leave it as 2 pi over 3. Now I want to find all the solutions between 0 and 2 pi. So that means I don't need any negative solutions. 2 pi over 3 is about, 2 times pi is about a little over 6, and divided by 3, so this number is a little bit bigger than 2. So if I add a number that's a little bit bigger than 2 to either of these numbers, I'm sorry, if I subtract a number that's a little bit bigger than 2 from either of these numbers, I would get a negative number. So I don't need to subtract 2 pi over 3. However, if you're not sure about that, you can always try. So I'm going to write down my first two solutions, and then I'm going to add 2 pi over 3 to both of these solutions. That's what I get. And then I add 2 pi over 3 again. So I did that on my calculator. I don't show that, but you can just take the numbers that are in the curly brackets and then do plus 2 pi over 3 and then do plus 2 pi over 3 again. And that's all of the solutions. And then if I did it one more time, I would be bigger than 6.28, and so I would stop at that point. Now if you look at the graph, you'll see 3 complete cycles of the graph between 0 and 2 pi. It's supposed to say 2 pi. And so these are the solutions where, let's see, sine is equal to 1.5. Now you think, how could sine equal 1.5? Oh, sine equals 1.5 over 2, which is about 0.75. So I'm basically looking for solutions here, 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 and here. And you can graph this on the calculator and double check those solutions. Now let's look at a tangent graph. Tangent equation, I'm sorry. So I want 3 tangent of 2x is equal to negative 10. X is in the interval 0 to 4. So tangent of, so first divide by 3. Then I say inverse tangent of negative 10/3 is equal to 2x, and I'm stop and write the general solution. Oh, yes, stop in the name of trig and write the general solution. Okay, we've done that. Now, what's the general solution for for tangent versus tangent? It's the easy one, the principal angle plus pi n. So on my calculator, I just did inverse tangent of negative 10/3. I got negative 1.2793, add pi in, and then divide everything by 2, and I'm done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, like I said. Now I want angles between 0 and 4. My first angle I got is negative, so that's not the one I'm going to use. But then I'm going to add pi over 2 to that, then I'm going to add pi over 2 to that, then I'm going to add pi over 2 again, and this one's too big. So these are the two that I want. Those are my two solutions between 0 and 4. Now, you try your worksheets. Check them on the key. See how you do. Good luck.